Good morning, friends. Welcome to the Edupedia World. Today we are going to study Java and Internet or Java and World Wide Web. We'll see how Java has influenced Internet or World Wide Web. So let's begin. Okay, so what do you mean by World Wide Web? Basically, web is an open-ended information retrieval system designed to be used in internet-wide distributed system. So basically, it's something that contains web pages created using HTML or some other language and that provide both information and controls. Unlike a menu-driven system where we are guided through a particular direction using decision tree, web system is an open-ended system and we can navigate to new document in any direction. Okay, this is a web structure of information search and navigation. So it's just a graphical representation where you can see the colored ones are the hub or the servers and the lines connecting them could be your end systems. So like everything is getting connected on World Wide Web throughout with each other through a web formation. Now, we have studied what is web and what is World Wide Web. Now we study what is a web application. Basically, a web application or a web app is a client-server software application in which client runs in a web browser. So you have seen a web browser like Google Chrome, Internet Explorer, Mozilla. So in these web browser, your web application runs. So it is a software application which usually run on web browser. Web applications are by nature distributed application, meaning that they are programs that run on more than one computer and communicate through network or server. That means you can communicate through another computer using web. For example, Facebook. Facebook is a web application. So using Facebook, you can connect with the other people. Similarly, Google, similarly, we have Twitter and various other web application which helps you connect to the world. Means we can connect to any other system in whole world, whichever is connected to the internet or World Wide Web. So web application are accessed with a web browser and are popular because of ease of using the web browser as a user client. So why it is popular? Because it's very simple to use. You just have to open your web browser, put your the Google address or whatever the address of your website and you're ready to go and navigate through that web application. So it's very simple. You can find web application everywhere on internet. Many of these web applications are used to process online forms, tally voting polls, take order within online stores, for example Amazon, Myntra, allow user to book a flight for their next business trip, for example Make My Trip, Expedia, or simply display users login name. And some other websites are like Google, Google Chrome, Wikipedia, which can give you just information. So everything you see on a web is a web application. It has been designed by some developers and now you're able to access it to find information or do any kind of task whichever you want to do. Okay, now how Java has influenced internet. So as you know that from laptops to data center, game consoles to scientific supercomputers, cell phones to internet, Java is everywhere. On every device you can see there is Java. On your mobile phone also there has to be a Java environment. On your system there has to be a Java environment. So it's like it has captured everything. So like this is just a cartoon representation, like whenever you knock down there is Java. So Java is everywhere. Okay, now why Java is so popular choice? Why do you think it is so popular? Well, the primary advantage of Java application development is that it is free and its syntax bear resemblance to various other programming languages such as C, which make easier for developers to understand and implement. So you can see it is not a paid version. So you can just simply download Java and start working on it. And there are so many tutorials, so many books that it is also easy to learn Java nowadays. The language also features an extensive standard library class most of which is quite well written. So all the libraries and all the standard features are very well written in Java. So you don't have to rewrite whole thing. Everything has been given to you in library. You just need to use them in your own logic. So that's why Java is really simple to use. J2E features like JSP servlets provide simple yet evolved ways to create web apps. So Java has many features which will provide you various ways to create your web application. We'll see that later in this tutorial. Okay, a web browser that implements Java runtime environment system can incorporate Java applets as executable content inside of documents. So Java applet is another popular choice for creating any web app. It's a simple window-like structure, and whatever you want to execute gets executed in that window, and it runs on a web browser, and it's very simple to create. This means that web page can contain not only static hypertext information but also full-fledged interactive application. So you can see dynamic contents popping up on the go. You can see a clock timer which changes the time getting displayed in a Java app, or the information. Suppose you searched for some information, then instantly Google gives you the results. So these are all dynamic contents. Then user can retrieve and use software by simply navigating within a web browser. So Java has all the features to make everything very simple. So that's why it's very popular choice. Okay, now we'll study some of the Java technologies which used in web applications. So maybe you'll be hearing these names for the first time, but I'll be covering up the introduction of few of them, not every one of them. So let's begin. First is Java Servlet API. So Java Servlet API enables us to create a web application. So just to tell a intro of Java Servlet, basically Java Servlet you can say is a kind of a container which allows you to create a web page. It allows you to flow from one web page to another web page. So finally, Java Servlet can be configured into a web page. So we'll study that in detail maybe later in J2E tutorials. For now, we can just think of Java Servlet as a technology which is one of the most popular technology in Java to enable creating web applications. Another is Java Server Pages. So Java Server Pages means JSP. On many websites, you have been seeing that there are websites with the extension .jsp. So whenever there is .jsp extension, that means that website is using Java Server Pages technology. So JSP is actually used to create the web page, the content, the front end, whatever the view of the web page that you are seeing is actually created by JSP in J2EE. Okay, another important web application technology is Java Server Pages Standard Tag Library. Basically, it is a standard tag library which is used with JSP to create multiple effects. Like standard tag libraries give us very simple, say, tags to be used in your JSP page to enable various kind of data like such as dynamic data, Ajax, CSS. These all can be implemented in your Java server pages to make it, look alive, to make it look beautiful, to make it interactive. So all the standard tag library features help JSP to make it interactive, more dynamic and more alive. Another is Java Server Faces Technology. Well, it stands for JSF. There are JSF extension pages. So it is something you can see created above JSP. So it is having some more advantages than JSP. We'll study more about that in J2E tutorials. Another is Java Message Service. So Java Messaging Service, it is called as JMS. It is very important and very useful web technology which is used for doing a asynchronous communication. Example of a asynchronous communication is sending a message. So if you send a message from your mobile to some other person, then you are not aware whether it's properly delivered or not. But you have sent the message from your side, and through network, it should have been delivered, but we're not getting any acknowledgement and it's asynchronously done. So now whenever the person will picks up his mobile and then he'll get to know that a message has been received. So you have sent a message from your side, but the receiver will only get to know when he'll check his phone. So it's kind of a live example of a asynchronous communication. So in a similar way, JMS allow you to make a asynchronous communication in which from your end you send the communication, but from at the end user can choose to read and receive a communication or choose not to receive it. So that is called asynchronous communication, and that is implemented using JMS Java Messaging Service. Okay, another important API is Java Mail API and the Java Beans Activation Framework. Well, this API is used for sending emails in Java. So whenever you need to send any email communication in Java, that is done using Java Mail API. Okay, then we have another important technology which is Applet. Basically, applets are a small individual programs which can be executed in a web browser window. So it's a very simple program. It can only include just one simple Java file and then you can start executing it on your web browser. You can do anything. You can make your own calculator or a desktop application or something for web. So applets are like really simple to use web technology, and you can like put it on web, your applet, you can put that applet on your app using web services in Java, like SOAP web services. Okay, next is Java API for XML processing. Well, this API is particularly used for XML file processing. XML file can be used in web services, and XML has various other uses. Basically, it provides you a data in a format of a tag which can travel through a network, and it's a standard format, so it is used by Java, .NET and many other applications. So XML is actually a standard format for sending the data safely on internet. Another is JDBC API. JDBC is used to make connection with the database. It stands for Java Database Connectivity. So whenever you want to make any operations with the database, create, update, delete, or whatever, you can use JDBC API for simple database connections. Okay, another is Java Persistent API, that means JPA. That is also very famous, and we'll study about that later on. Another is Java Naming and Directory Interface. It is called as JNDI. Again, it's a bit complex technology, so we'll study that in J2E tutorial. Another is Java Transaction API, which is used for making the transaction. JTA, it is called as JTA. Okay, so I have given you a small overview of these applications. Now, if you are interested in reading them more and reading about them like little more, want to gain some more information, then this is a link on our official Oracle website. It will give you a list of all Java technologies which are used for creating web. So you can just check on this URL, the latest web technologies used in Java applications. Okay. So these are some other languages which are popular for creating web app, and you can see there's a percentage ratio given like which language is popular. From this chart you can see that Java is used 22.6%, and above that there is Python, which is also used for creating web app, and C++ like 7-10% around, in JS, Scala, Go. So Scala is something that like newly evolving. So, and there are various other languages. But from this graph, you can clearly see that Java is really popular in creating web app, and it has got huge market. Okay guys, so thank you for this session. We'll meet in next session.